Come take a look at one of my personal favorite units out of 30K. This is the Iron Warriors Tyrant Siege Terminators. Spiking bits. What's up, hobby maniacs? Rob Baer here with you again today, taking a look at some cool Forge World miniatures. Now, I have waited for these bad boys to come out for quite some time. Finally, they are here. This is Perturbo's very own Tyrant Siege Terminators. These guys are a venerable fortress of firepower on the tabletop. Finally got them in my hot little hands, and I tell you what, they look fantastic. I love the look of these guys. Now, of course, they have just the basic Havoc launchers right on top that we've seen in the past for 30K, but their styling and just their posing and everything like that. This is not a hybrid kit. This is not an upgrade kit. This is all complete resin kit here. Now, of course, it's based on, I would say, the Cataphractii Terminator chassis, because you can tell there's a lot of very similar components here, but it is obviously deviated, and the Iron Warriors have made it their very own. So there you can see all of the resin components, but we're not going to look at those quite yet. Let's look at the instructions here and kind of get a feel for what all comes in it and things like that. Now, I love Forge World's new format. I say new, they've been doing it for like a year, where they give you the exploded view, they give you all the parts, they give you the instructions, and they kind of explain a lot of different things, give you some helpful hints, like, the Havoc launchers have these little nubs on them that attach them together, which you can see right there. There's a specific little targeter piece, which is right there, that you can use to designate the Siege Tyrant, which is their upgrade. Captain, sergeant, whatever you want to call it. Oh, there's a cat on the table. You really need to stop doing that, Sarah, when I'm talking, you silly goose. Pardon the Bio Titan interruption there. Her likes to be involved when I am talking. The cats get all excited in the studio here, and they want to be part of what is going on. I think they think I'm talking to them, but they don't know. The room is empty. What do they know? I can't blame them, right? Come on, you silly goose. You need to stop. You sit in my lap or not. Okay, so here's all the breakdown of the components here. You can see all of the legs and everything, the leg sets right there, and then you've got we'll call them the crotchal pieces. The tabards, they go in between the legs, so it's a very separate piece, so this is a great, awesomely detailed kit right there. And then you've got the left and right arms. Of course, they are power fists. Now, they have the option to take a chain fist as well, but you're gonna have to, I don't know, get some upgrade bits for that, because they don't come in this kit. And then there's their little pew pew gathers, which are all pretty much the same piece right there. It looks like, just a standard combi bolter that eventually morphs into what we see today with the Chaos Terminators. And like I said, the little targeter piece there, there's all your Havocs, your two-piece Havoc launchers that can actually kind of pivot. And it looks deceptively simple, but they are amazingly detailed, and you can tell right there. Now, don't get it twisted. These guys look very, they have a certain steely intensity, right? But you can paint up these, these little, I forget what they're called. They're spelled with a P. The P is silent, of course, but it hails from the Roman legionnaire days. But you could always paint them in like, a Bugman's glow kind of type deal, or you could bring it up from a brown or something like that to get more of an earthly palette that would look great with some of these yellow hazard stripes that are on their shoulders there. Now, let's take a look at the actual miniatures themselves. Boom. Here they are right here. Of course, Forge World's got the packaging game on lock now. Of course, you get your 40 mil bases. Nobody cares about that. But let's lay out the pieces right here and zoom in a little bit so that we can show you the incredible detail here of these particular pieces. Now, remember, this is going to be based off the Cataphractii armor pattern. So you're going to see a whole bunch of hazard striping studs and, the Iron Warriors Iron Skull kind of motif right there and there. I think it's pretty visible in the camera there. And of course, you got the power cables going up. Though this is a rather kind of exaggerated torso bit right here that goes into the torsos themselves, which for the most part all look very similar. You've got the Cataphractii styling, the studs, the little ornate trim, the very Baroque trim, a couple of power cables. You can easily make that guy right there your Siege Tyrant. So there's all those. And then, of course, you got your set, your 5 sets there. So you got your basic 3 sets of legs, 2 sets of walking legs right there, and a little bit of terrain on them as well, which I think is pretty neat. You know what? I actually forgot to price this particular kit right here. So while I'm laying these parts out, I'm gonna jump over the Forge World site and try to get a price on that. I wanted to say that they were about $60. Terminators. I've been remiss in my duties today. So there's our combi bolters, which, you know, you don't really have to check out their styling so much. And then all 5 of the Havoc launchers. Boom, boom, boom. And remember, these are the 2-part kind of dudes right here. Legion Tyrant Siege Terminators. That was easy to find. They are 60 pounds, so that's what, about $70 US, depending on which way the wind is blowing across the ocean. And then there's your Power Fist arms. 2 are open, 3 are closed. Here's your combi bolter, and some of them actually feature bionics, which is really cool, and the legs as well. Oh, I thought I saw a leg bionic. Yep, there was a leg bionic right there, which is also very neat. Now, these are incredibly styled. They're obviously doing all this stuff in CAD. There's your tabards right there. The legs, or the heads themselves look really dope. I mean, check these out right here. These are incredible looking. Very, almost like a cross between Kurosawa film and almost Lord Vader. Almost, not quite, but definitely something that you would see out of a sci-fi movie in the current era. And then there's that targeter piece right there as well to notate the Siege Tyrant. And then here is the look of those rocket launchers right there. Now, those of course are the outsides. Those are the exhausts, and you can see on the inside there the highly detailed missile racks. That, remember, these have, don't cut this when you're putting it together. There's a little nub right there that's going to lock into that open slot that you can barely see. Can you see that? Shadows are bad. Right there, there's that by my thumb. There is a open slot where that locks into. So that is how you form the Havoc launcher mechanism there. So there it is. It's all laid out for everybody to see. Those are the incredible detail. Now, there isn't a whole lot of parts that could get busted in transit, so there are no little foamy pieces in here, which I can get behind. So I'm just going to box it back up. Let's take a look at their rules for the tabletop. I believe there are 295 points for these bad boys here. We're just busting out the red book, which apparently isn't going away for 8th edition 40K. This is the, whoop, that's the Havocs. So here is the Tyrant Terminator squad themselves. And you can see here they are 295 points. They have their standard Terminator equipment right there, but what I do like about them is that your Siege Tyrant, and this is why it's important to notate, which are Siege Master, you're going to have an omniscope, so you're going to get one of these dudes can split fire, which is really cool in 30K because they all, of course, come with the Havoc launchers, which we all know what a Havoc launcher does. They have the Special Rules Wrecker, of course, Legion of Astartes Iron Warriors. So I believe Wrecker, now I haven't looked this up, just firing from the hip, I think that's reroll armor pen against fortifications. I want to say it's not like a deal breaker either way if I'm wrong. Somebody fact check me on that one, but I mean, it's just a cool little ability, and I like the wording here, applied to all their attacks regardless of the weapon used. So that also means their power fists, their chain swords, their chain fists, which are 5 points each. Again, and not indicate you're gonna have to convert those, but that's okay. It's very easy to get some chain blades to put on the bottoms of those power. I think the Cataphractii kit itself does come with some chain fists, so that's an actual possibility right there. If you have anybody that didn't use those bits out of Calth, you might be able to snag those up. And of course, they can choose a Land Raider Proteus or Phobos as a dedicated transport if it numbers 5, it's the Spartan Assault Tank if it numbers 10 or more models right there. So great little squad if you play Iron Warriors in Warhammer 30K or Horus Heresy. This might be the heavy support choice for you. So that's about it for this one. If you liked all of our video features, make sure you subscribe to this channel, of course, and you can support us over on Patreon to get a monthly shipment of miniatures to your door. We also have quarterly options where you get little mini armies showing up every couple of months to your door as well. Check out the promo right now. I think it's a free custodies if you sign up over there, and head on over to thelongwar.net. That's the home of the battle reports for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.